Welcome back to Mindful Intimacy. I'm Grace with Be Whole, Be Happy, helping you discover the most whole and happy relationships, intimacy, and life. Our topic today is non-attachment in intimate relationships. And this is a phrase that makes people cringe. Non-attachment. Because we interpret it to mean lots of things. We interpret it to mean disassociation. We interpret it to mean disconnection. And we interpret it to mean non-commitment. And especially if you are living in a female body with a female mind, that can be really scary. So what does non-attachment really mean? It means being aware. It means being aware that you are a sovereign human and everyone else is a sovereign human, which means that we all have our own free will, our own freedom to choose, and our own freedom to choose especially when we do want to connect with people and the ways that we want to connect intimately. Now, because we're all subject to all of these conditions around what we call love, we actually, instead of having loving relationships, we just have relationships where we attach, where we try to get our own needs and wants and desires and unspoken, unconscious imbalances met by someone else. So we think, well, for me to be happy, I need this and this and this from someone else. And this may have been taken care of by parents or by friends or by partners, lovers, spouses in the past. And it may not have. And it may have left you with a feeling of abandonment or rejection or never being able to be satisfied, to be happy. The essence of suffering is when we attach our need to be happy and be fulfilled to someone or something else. And we have to recognize that probably this person is doing the same thing to us. So we come in with all of these unspoken agreements. And I guarantee you don't know what those agreements are that you're coming in with until you start to talk about it and figure it out. And why am I not happy? And why does this thing that you're doing all the time piss me off? Or make me want to run away? Or make me really angry? Those triggers come from these quiet, unspoken expectations and agreements, these ways that we've been brought up, these conditions that have been imposed upon us, and our personal experiences and fears. And this is all in the realm of attachment. So again, we attach our own happiness on the expectation that someone else is going to do something. We can also call this conditional love. I love you when you put down the toilet seat. I love you when you come home with groceries. I don't love you when you say that thing that really makes me angry. You cannot own the actions of another person. And I'll say that again. You cannot own the actions or the emotions or the thoughts of another person. And this causes so much pain and suffering when we think, well, now this person is my partner. Now we're going to do all the same things. And now we're going to have all the same thoughts. And why could they possibly think that's different than me? Or how could they think that's good? This is obviously the best answer. Suffering. Expectation. So what to do about this? Number one is to take responsibility that this is probably happening. It's really easy to deny. No. I don't have any unspoken expectations. No. I am very truthful about my agreements. I try my best to live in unconditional love. I'm non-attached. And this is the other piece of it. I'm non-attached, meaning I don't choose to have a commitment. I don't choose to communicate very well. Non-attached doesn't mean that we aren't in committed relationships. It means that everything that we do is a choice. So we aren't acting on any assumptions of our society. Well, person meets person, or in a heteronormative world, boy meets girl, and then we fall in love, and then we do the thing with the marriage and the babies and the house and the 2.4 kids and whatever, because that's what we're supposed to do. And the monogamy. So we allow everything that we do to come from a place of choice, free will. This is the essence of non-attachment. I choose to be in a committed relationship with this person who I love because I want to from my own desire, as opposed to because that's what society says, or because I will suffer if I'm not in a committed relationship. So the funny thing about non-attachment in intimate relationships is, I can't tell you it means this and this and this and this. It's more that it doesn't mean that we derive our happiness from what someone else does. And one more piece of this, which is saying that we're not attached isn't an excuse to just do whatever we want and not be aware of other people. Because when we're really coming from a place of non-attachment, it's also coming from a place of compassion. It's coming from a freedom, from this place of natural existence in our being, where we have the sensitivity to be aware of how it impacts other people. So my attachments, whatever they might be, in some way at some time are going to cause you suffering because I need you to be a certain way. So letting go of that is truly an act of compassion. And also being able to listen to what your expectations of me are and what agreements that we choose to come into together. We can't ever place this ideal of non-attachment on someone else. Well, you need to be non-attached. Because, of course, everything has to come from a place of authenticity within ourselves. When we give this freedom to our intimate partners, our family members, our children, especially our aging parents, we give them the freedom to really be who they are, so to not be attached to who they are or how they want to live in the world. We allow all of us to be much more whole and much more happy, to have a life where we get to really come from our own heart, our own place of passion and service and fulfillment, not try to live under the mold or the expectation of anyone else. One last thing is that practicing non-attachment means that we let go of the past. We let go of the ways that we've been hurt before. And we don't create stories around this is going to happen again. So in essence, we forgive. And forgiveness is the ultimate act of compassion, the ultimate act of love. I know that this is a bit conceptual, but I hope you've found a nugget in here that will help you practice non-attachment. And please feel free to get in touch with me, bewholebehappy.com. Leave a comment below, and I would love to be in conversation about how we can really be in non-attachment in our intimate relationships. Have a beautiful day.